Yo, yo, yo. What it is? 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 Salute to everyone. Salute to everybody. Let me see. Just trying to get a few things set up. Yeah, you did. Yeah, I'm so sure. How is everybody doing? What's up, Retro Kingdom Taco? Um, John Smith. Yeah, there are a few things that have happened um, in the midst of me wanting to do this video. Number one, what's up, Makai? EJ. Um, James Harden wants out of LA. Triple J, bum-ass, has been traded. Before we get into all of that, because I do want to speak on those two situations for a brief moment. What's up, Brandon Green? What's up, OG? I wanted to make this live and at least give out an explanation to where I was for basically the month of January. And so to be quite frank, my birthday, as you all know, what many of you know, is the 26th of December, right? 26th of December. My mother's birthday is December 29th. So towards the end of the year, towards the end of the holiday season, everything, and of course, we have New Year's. My uncle passed away New Year's Eve night, which is her brother. He passed away New Year's Eve night. And so we had all these big plans of, because my mom was turning 60. We had these big plans of throwing a big party, getting all the family into town, right? And having this big celebration of her life. And her brother passed away, and it definitely it shook her. I could tell. Me and my brother could tell. It shook her, and mom actually had been sick for some time, in the hospital for some time. So I kind of had mentally prepared myself. But even that being her brother, she was mentally preparing herself. Still a brother, you know what I'm saying? Her older brother. So we actually had to go down to her hometown that following weekend. Right. So that puts us at around like January 5th or 6th or something like that, whatever that weekend was. So we were in the hometown, obviously, for the funeral and everything. And so I didn't really record any videos for real. I think I may have put one video out or something like that. Obviously, I didn't go live. I didn't even have like the equipment to go live or anything like that. But one thing that I'll say this: nothing puts life in perspective more than death. It is an end result that we all one day will face, and so it just had me kind of reflecting on the life that I'm leading. You know what I'm saying? Do I spend enough time with family? Do I spend enough time with friends? Do I spend enough time for myself? And so that following week, where me and my brother, we still decided to go forward with the party. So when we got back from the funeral back to Houston, uh, still didn't record much because also what I realized was I was a bit burnt out. You know what I'm saying? When playback first went down, um, I felt like I was one of the only creators and one of the first that tried to provide some kind of alternative immediately. You know what I'm saying? But even on playback, like obviously on playback, I was streaming 5 to 7 days of the week. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so even when playback went down, I quickly was like, okay, how can we translate the audience to another platform? Because I don't want to take a break and then give the audience an opportunity to find other avenues, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Um, so we immediately transitioned to YouTube and Discord. You know what I'm saying? Um, some of y'all are there. Appreciate y'all showing up for that. But you know what I'm saying? We were there early. I think I may have spent like maybe 2 or 3 days when after playback went down to immediately live streaming somewhere else. And I appreciate all the condolences in the chat, by the way. Appreciate that. But yeah, one thing I realized is like, damn, I was a little burnt out of streaming. You know what I'm saying? I get on here a lot. I stream for a good amount of time usually. Um, so I kind of just took some time to myself. You know what I'm saying? Uh, watch some basketball by myself. You know what I'm saying? For that week. Then we had the party. And as my family was in, I could just really tell how everybody was enjoying one another, how everybody needed one another during that time. And again, especially my mom and her relatives, you know what I'm saying? Her other brother. Um, and so I just enjoy my family. You know what I'm saying? I just enjoy my family, enjoy my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, my brothers, my mother. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so, yeah, that takes us into what, like January 16th, something like that. Um, so then forward, I just I couldn't, well, really just wasn't motivated to immediately come back to a camera. I don't know. Like I did my PC episodes, you know what I'm saying? Fulfilled my contractual duties, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I was kind of like chilling for real. Um, and just reflecting, you know what I'm saying? Um, which also brings me to Ball Don't Lie. So the thing with Ball Don't Lie is we have to, me and Mars have to provide some paperwork and whatnot. Um, and so, you know, eventually that will get done. Um, and all parties can come to an agreement with that. Again, we do plan on, we're planning on continuing the show. Number one, I will say this: it won't be called Bottom Line anymore. It'll be called something else. Um, so please do not ask me anymore about what happened to Bottom Line. The show known as Bottom Line is officially closed. Now, we're taking that same show, packaging it differently and still doing the same thing. But Ball Don't Lie as a show is over. It will be renamed. It'll be rebranded something else. But continue to support the new avenue that me and Mars we do, decide to um, go down. You know what I'm saying? It will still be the concept of the show will still be the same. Nothing really will be too different, except like the amount of guests we can bring up at one time, right? One at a time, more so than having 3, 4, 5 different people up at the same time and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you're wondering about Ball Don't Lie, it is being repackaged, rebranded, and will be delivered to you all soon. So don't you worry, don't you fret. That being said, thank you, Don Don. It is now February, right? Just going back to the time that I took off, it was needed, but now I'm back now. I'm ready to get back to what I was doing. I'm ready to get back to being consistent. You know what I'm saying? Just needed a little break when all of that kind of occurred. It just kind of like put things in proper perspective. Will I ever be back to streaming 6, 7 days of the week? Probably not. I don't think those. I think those days are behind me. But a good 4 or 5, I can do. I can definitely do a good 4 or 5. I'll be streaming tonight. So if you wanna turn the notification bell on, subscribe, and all that good stuff, I'll be streaming tonight. But yeah, we'll be back putting out YouTube videos. Again, will YouTube videos be coming out 6 days of the 7-day week? Probably not. Maybe more so like 3 or 4 videos in a week. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get my drift. I'm still very, very much so putting out a lot of content, doing a lot of content. And I also have a few announcements before we continue. Right? Before we continue, I have some announcements. So, let me see. Copy. Can I do this? If y'all see there in the chat, hold on. If y'all can't click that link, let me know. Let me do this real quick. So usually I do it like this. Make sure that y'all hit that link to that Twitch. I now have a Twitch channel. I now have a Twitch. So make sure that y'all go follow that. The reason why I want to do a Twitch is because one thing that I miss a vibe of where I could get on a streaming platform and just kind of like talk some shit, you know what I'm saying? And with me and my chat, play some music, do some verses, play YouTube videos without being worried about being copywritten and all of that. I can't do that on YouTube, obviously. Um, could do that on playback. Can't do that on YouTube. And so I wanted to get that vibe back. I've been missing that. You know what I'm saying? I've been missing, what I'm saying, when I just random pop up 1:30, pop up on the stream in the middle of the morning and just ramble or talk about something I just did. I had a crazy little night last night that I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Crazy little situation popped off last night. So yeah, Plug that weak ass Twitch. I just plugged my little weak ass Twitch. I need y'all to tap in. I need y'all to tap into that Twitch, because also what we will be doing, one thing we also did on playback are album listening parties. And again, can't do that on YouTube, but guess where we can do that, ladies and gentlemen? We can do it on Twitch. And so there's a reason why I titled this stream The Fall Off. Y'all know that I typically use some kind of rap event going on all the way back to the Pop Out event, if y'all remember that. If y'all remember all the way back to the Pop Out event, I used the Kendrick Lamar Pop Out. You know what I'm saying? We will be listening to The Fall Off on my Twitch channel in 2 days. Absolutely. I have to live react to that. I'm sorry. I just have to. I have to. So we will be over there for that. So make sure that you click that link. Let me put it again. Matter of fact, let me I can pin it. It's pinned. Click that link. You know what I'm saying? So you can be over there with us for the live listening party. Yes, and like I said, I will be back live tonight to watch the Lakers, obviously. Also, Reeves is set to return. So that's going to be lit as well. Another announcement. Mark your calendar for Tuesdays. It may be a little later in the day. Let's say next week, Tuesday. Tuesdays, 3 Central, 4 Eastern. If anything, I might push that back 1 more hour. But Tuesdays at 3 Central, 4 Eastern. Yeah, Tuesdays. I'm starting a new show. I'm starting a podcast amongst myself. This has nothing to do with, also, just by the way, again, this has nothing to do with, this won't be affecting repackaged Bald Online. Still going to be working on that. However, bro, beef in the hoop talk. Oh, do y'all pod on Tuesdays? I genuinely, I mean, if y'all do, then I guess Wednesdays, I didn't want to do Wednesdays because well, number one, I'll be on the panel and then I'll be having to do that right back. Wednesdays is also one of the days we have planned on Bought Online. So when they did come back, I didn't want that to be a problem as well. Then Mondays also do the panel. So I didn't want to do the panel, then come right back and do that. But maybe I'll do it like that. Who knows? Because I don't want to be streaming in anybody else's dedicated time. I also like having my own time slot anyway. Um, so let's do this. We'll make it Monday. Mondays. Mondays, 3 Central, 4 Eastern. Mondays, 3 Central, 4 Eastern. I'll be doing my own personal podcast. So make sure that y'all write that down, jot that down. Mondays, 3 Central, 4 Eastern. I'm starting a new show. Be my own personal pod. This podcast will be still centered around basketball. However, the reason that I wanted to start my own podcast with just me on there is because when and if there are other topics that I want to talk about, I will be talking about them. Whether that be music, whether that be politically, because there are things happening around the country that I feel like needs to be talked about, and so I'm going to talk about them. Now, this will be a podcast, Mars. Yes, the format is, it's just me, so there's no way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, be on the lookout for that every Monday. Every Monday, 3 Central, 4 Eastern. There will be a podcast from me. I think I'm gonna hold these episodes. These episodes are gonna be like an hour. I'm not gonna be on here for too long. And yes, I will be live streaming them here on YouTube. I will be live streaming them here on YouTube. When it comes to my Twitch is going to be for a good fun time. I'm not even going to really. So just make sure that you are following my Twitch. Have a notification bell turned on because that's going to be my playback now. My Twitch. And again, if you know me, if you were a follower of mine on playback, it really wasn't a schedule on playback. It was just kind of whenever I wanted to go live on there, I went live. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really like a set schedule for playback. It was just when I wanted to come on and talk to Mish, I came on to talk to Mish. So that's how the Twitch will be ran. Again, make sure you add the Twitch though, because we will be doing a live album J. Cole Fall Off listening party. You know what I'm saying? So if you are that is the one planned Twitch event, which will be Thursday night, midnight. I'll be over there. Beat me over there. Right. So I'm kind of cool with this stream. I said everything I think I needed to say. Bought Online is being repackaged, rebranded, Going to get that back out to y'all as soon as we possibly can. Do not keep asking me about it. Number two, I gave y'all the reasoning at the beginning of the video where I kind of been the last 3-4 weeks. So check that out if you're just getting here. And then what else? Follow my Twitch. I just announced that I have a Twitch that'll give us more of the playback vibes that we've been missing as far as being able to react to YouTube videos, listen to music, do some verses and stuff like that. The Twitch channel is pinned in the chat. It'll also be in the description from now on. And then lastly, I'm starting a podcast amongst myself, be my own podcast, and that will be every Monday, 3 Central, 4 Eastern. And on the Twitch this Thursday, Friday, whatever you want to call it, at midnight, we will be live reacting and listening to the fall off. I've said everything I needed to say. Y'all stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn that notification bell on so you know when we're live and when we drop another video. Also, all of the podcasts that I do will be live streamed on YouTube, by the way. So if you're interested in that, make sure you turn that notification bell on for that as well. Before we get up out of here, the Jaren Jackson Jr. and the Harden situations. I saw that Jaren Jackson got traded for some bums and some picks. Memphis is clearly blowing it up. It's over there in Memphis. I don't know where Mario is. Probably somewhere a hooting and a hollering, huh? Probably somewhere yelling at him right now. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what she's doing right now. Salute to her. Salute to all the Memphis fans. As your franchise or your time with that franchise is very much so coming to an end. I don't think Memphis keeps the Grizzlies, to be honest with you. Unless they really hit on one of these draft picks. They do have a lot of firsts. I think it said that they're tied with OKC and Brooklyn for the amount of first round picks that they have within like the next 7 years or something. I think it's like 13 of them or something. So maybe if they hit on a superstar. Maybe that superstar could potentially quite literally save the franchise. So we shall see. You know what I'm saying? We shall see. But Jaren Jackson Jr. is now Utah Jazzian. Is that how you would say that? Jazzian. Utah's ironically about to be like pretty good, which I don't know why. They should be losing. I don't understand. Unless they're just gonna bench everybody and be like, hey, we'll play everybody next year. But my goodness, if they bench everybody, if they come back next season with AJ, Triple J, Keontae, who else was in that? Who else was in that trade though? Because wasn't one of the bigs in the trade? Let me see. Oh wow! I'm also seeing Sham just dropped. Chicago, Minnesota, and Detroit have agreed to a multi-team deal that sends Jay Nivey and Mike Conley Jr. to the Bulls, and Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric to the Pistons. Detroit also receives a 2026 first round protected swap from Minnesota. Yeah, they're salary dumping. This is going to be an interesting trade deadline. I may, what is it, February 5th? I may be on live. We may do a salary, a trade deadline stream where we're just streaming, until the deadline comes to an end. You know what I'm saying? Because this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Getting back to Utah, though, yeah, the Utah is going to have Triple J, Laurie, Keontae, and Walker Kessler. And then if they get like AJ, huh? That's not a bad team at all. That's not a bad team at all. And they'll have moments where they can go Laurie, Triple J at the 4-5 and run basically 5-out offense with motion, because Will Hart is going to incorporate motion and screening into it as well. They're going to be a cool team next year. This year, if they were to play, but obviously, I think they're going to activate the team. Right, they're going to activate the team. Harden, there is nobody, and I do mean nobody, that has dictated their future more than James Harden, or at least where they want it to be. My goodness. Not only do he be requesting trades from these teams, he'd be like, yeah, and I'm going there. Yeah. Not only am I leaving, but you finna send me where I want to go. That's what's finna happen. That's what's finna happen. And so there are reports that, he's potentially just going to do a swap with Darius Garland and go over there to Cleveland to team up with D. Mitch. I would love to see him back in Houston personally. Houston needs a point guard badly. Huh? They need a point guard in the worst way. I'm just saying, one of the league's premier point guards is available. He's from your city, not from, but you get what I'm saying. His peak prime was in your city. I'm just saying, look into it, Houston. I also tweeted out last night, Timberwolves, pick up the phone. A trade just happened? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I'm never going to be able to end the live. The Chicago Bulls are trading Nikola Vucevic and a second-round pick to the Boston Celtics for Anthony Simons and a second-round pick. So the Celtics just got the big that they've been waiting on. Let me see. They got the big that they've been waiting for. Now, Vucevic obviously is nobody's defensive player by any stretch of the imagination, but he's better than Keita as a player, and he's better than Luka Garza, right? Bulls get yet another guard. Don't know what they're doing. Probably, yeah. So Kobe White is probably going to be moved. It'll be interesting to see where he lands. Be very interesting to see where he lands. Um, man, I gotta see now. I gotta get on. I got some videos to make. I have some videos to make. Probably a wolf. Oh, Timberwolves. We'll have to see because I think the Timberwolves are trying to swing for Giannis. I do think that is happening. Um, yeah, the Bulls now have Jay Ivey, Mike Conley Jr., Kobe White, uh, Io. Why they got them guards over there, man? They got all them guards over there. They've been mentioning Ja as a possibility still for the Wolves. The Wolves need to stay far, far, far away from John Morant. Yeah, they got Giddy, Trey Jones. Yeah, they need to. I don't know what the Bulls are doing. If I'm the Pistons, I want. If I'm anybody with some sense, I want Io. Io is a championship player. That is a player that's supposed to be on a playoff contending team. Perfect role player. Do a little bit off the dribble, run a pick and roll, can guard, can hit threes. This is a perfect uh, complementary player to some superstar. Hopefully, a superstar in LA. You know, hopefully, a superstar in LA. I'm just saying. Yeah, a lot is about to transpire, y'all. A lot is about to transpire. We can tell that now. If Giannis goes to the Wolves, how will that feel for you? Real talk, so your two favorite players on the same team, bro. It'll be favorite player on my favorite team and Luca. Next favorite player and Giannis on the same team. That'd be crazy. That'll be crazy. Or I don't know who's my favorite player between Luca and Ant anymore. They're my top two faves, bro. Did y'all see Ant last night, bro? That brother is cold, bro. That brother is gold, man. Um, Ant and Giannis close to getting to Kobe and Shaq. I mean, I've been seeing people say that. I mean, I guess I get it. Um, Allen R. Any Laker fans, before I get up out of here, any Laker fans expecting a move, let me tell you now, stop expecting. Okay? Stop expecting. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. So stop expecting. The Lakers will be rebuilding come this offseason. I've seen multiple reports now saying how LeBron and the Lakers mutually feel like their relationship has come to an end. There's been multiple reports saying how the Lakers don't want LeBron back unless it's on a massive pay cut, which I agree, by the way. So that's the plan. We're going to get to the offseason. We're going to see what amount of money we can pay to AR that hopefully is still a little bit team friendly, right? AR, we don't need to take the whole pie. You know what I'm saying? We're definitely going to be using bronze cap, Gabe, Maxey, and Dalton, I believe, are all expiring contracts. So I think the plan for the Lakers is to, yeah, play this season out, and hopefully we can build what we need to build in this offseason. I'm pretty sure that's the plan, which means they're not really worried about what's happening during this trade deadline. The Lakers aren't about to make any. You're not about to make any. At least let me say, they're not about to make any massive moves. Maybe a little move here or there. Maybe. But they not finna. Nope. So if you are a Laker fan, stop expecting something to be done, because it's not going to happen. I'm saying linebacker Lou has signed with Clutch. I now think that is now a negative thing for the Lakers. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the relationship between Clutch and the Laker front office right now isn't the best. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that, right? Linebacker Lou was actually a player that I really wanted the Lakers to look into this offseason because we need that player. We need a Lou Dort badly on this roster. Badly. We need a hellacious point of attack defender and somebody who, whether y'all like it or not, or believe it or not, Lou Dort the past 2-3 years has been a 40% three-point shooter. And he started to make shots here recently. He started the season off rough, but recently he's been back hitting shots. Y'all had DFS. DFS is nowhere near the defender that Lou Dort is in 2026 or 25, for that matter. Let me look this up real quick. Lou Dort, right? So he started off the season. Let me see. Last year he was 41.2% from three on basically 6 attempts. Like that's real shot making. And then 23-24, he was 39.4 on 5 attempts. This year he's back up to 35 when I know that he started off the season a brick. So let me see what he's shooting like his last 10 games. Or let's go from just this month, I guess. From January 2nd to February 1st, so a month, he's back shooting 39% on 5 attempts. Like he hits open threes. Like, especially in a regular season setting. He's now proven that he does that now. So that was really somebody I wanted the Lakers to look at. But, real talk, how young are you? You mentioned you recently take course. Thank you. I'm 28. Yeah, 28, 28, 28. Damn, I ain't want him to now. Yeah, we probably not gonna get Lou Dort now because he would clutch. Damn. Yeah, we talked on that. People saying, "Yep." So the big news though. Oh, this is going to be a bomb when it drops. Oh man, the big news that everybody now is waiting upon is the Giannis to Timberwolves move. That's going to be one for the ages if it happens. It looks like Minnesota did a little bit of salary dumping, getting rid of Mike Conley Jr. and not getting a player back in return. All right. Here's the one thing that I don't like, though, that I've been saying in these Minnesota Giannis deals. I do not want to include Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels has to still be on the Timberwolves. He has to be. Way too valuable a player and the makeup of player that both Ant and Giannis needs, by the way. I'm giving up Nas. I'm giving up Randall before I'm giving up Jaden McDaniels. I'm sorry. I may give up Rudy before I give up Jaden McDaniels. There's just I can't do because to me, okay, Ant Giannis. Who is it going to be? Ant Giannis, Dante, Gobert, and who? Rob. Who's Rob? Trade alert. What are you talking about? I just refreshed Sham. The trade is not going to happen without McDaniels. If I'm Minnesota, I'm trying to get them to that point. I'm sorry. I'll give you Dillingham. I'll give you Dante. I'll give you Nas. I'll give you there is Jay McDaniels is untouchable in my opinion. I can't. There's no way. A point of attack defender, a guy that's 6'10", can help on the glass, can help protect the basket, and now he's hitting what 43% of his threes. No way. No way. I'm not giving up that player. That is a player that's meant to be playing next to great players like Giannis and Ant. I'm not giving up that player. Everybody else, take your pick. Take your pick. Take your pick. I agree, Christian. Just like if I'm New York for a Giannis deal, I'm not giving up OG. I'm not. Everybody, I'm not giving up OG and Jalen. Everybody else, take your pick. I'll give you McHale. I'll give you, yeah. Anybody else over there? I just can't. Not giving up OG, man. Mm-mm. Y'all doing it. And now if I'm Minnesota, I can't include McDaniels in a deal, bro. Just can't. Jay McDaniels is 25. I forgot Jaden is still that young. Jaden is 25. Not giving up McDaniels. There's no way. There's no way. Real talk is Houston standing back. They should be. That guard that I told all of the playoff contending teams that need a point guard to go after, he's been dealt. Dennis Schroeder is now off to another team. Where did Dennis get traded? Cleveland. Cleveland. With Keon Ellis. Hey, I low key. Huh? That ain't bad. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. And if they mess around and get Harden over there in exchange for quick D-Lo, that ain't bad. Yeah, it ain't bad at all. That's a solid guard rotation. Harden, D. Mitch, Keon Dennis. Gotta do something. Now all they gotta do is a heart transplant for Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. Maybe they own to something. Some niggas ain't got no heart, bruh. They ain't got no dogs either. You know what I'm saying? If they could do that, they'll really be working with something. Fortunately, they can't do that. Fortunately, they can't do that. Let me see. The Bulls got more guards than the Dodgers. That is true. That's true, Niche. Giannis just got traded to the Lakers. Shut up, SWAT. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, man. I think I can leave now. I think we're good. Quick recap if you want to gotta get a recap of why I've been away and everything. That's at the beginning of this video. Also, check the pinned message. I do now have a Twitch. We will be live listening to the fall off when it drops at midnight Thursday on Twitch. So make sure you're there. Make sure you're there. Okay. I also announced that I'm starting a new podcast. It'll be with myself every Monday, 3 Central, 4 Eastern. It'll still be centered around basketball. However, if I want to hit on another topic, I shall, whether it's music, politically, anything of the sort that I want to talk about, I will talk about it because I can, because it's my platform. That'll be every Monday at 3 Central, 4 Eastern. I'm going to keep those episodes around an hour. That podcast, the solo podcast, will be around an hour. Number 2, bottom line, is over. However, we're repackaging. Um, it'll be brought to you in a different setting. The show will continue. It'll be called something else, but Bald Online in specifically Bald Online is over. It'll be repackaged, rebranded, and we'll still be doing that as well. And I will be back. I will be back tonight, live streaming the games. Yeah. Again, make sure you hit that pin message to the Twitch because we are going to be active over there. I'm going to be active over there. I miss the playback feel. I miss being able to watch YouTube videos and react to them without being copywritten. I miss being able to listen to music. You know what I'm saying? So we will be over there. Pistons Nuggets tonight. We will be watching that game as well alongside the. Is Austin Reeves supposed to come back today? I don't know. But the Lakers play, so we'll be watching that game as well. Who are the Lakers playing? The Nets. Oh, we should win. He's a game time decision. He's now always a game time decision. What the fuck you say he was out like 30? I know. But then a trade happened. So then we talked about that a little bit. Yeah, we're playing the Nets. I just saw. Real talk, you fell off because what is the fuck is with your booty mic? Can y'all not hear me? I'm sorry. The mic being booty though, I mean, anybody that knows anything about any kind of equipment or whatever, sure, whatever it's called, far from booty. Just let you know that. What do you think about the Vooch for Simons? Oh yeah, I said that the Celtics got a big that they needed. Another big that they can play 5 out with, by the way, that's been something that they've kind of been missing. Luka Garza kind of provides some of that, but Vooch should do it at a higher level, in my opinion. You know what's crazy? It is connected to my webcam. Good catch. Wow. I must have switched up on me. Midstream. Let me try to fix that before I go. I probably would have to refresh the page, so it'd just be back to normal by the time we're streaming tonight. But I will see y'all in a little bit. Peace, love, and blessings to all. And appreciate y'all for the kind words and the condolences and everything. Appreciate that. I'll see y'all later. Peace, peace, peace.